Have you ever imagined what the vehicle that will take humans back to the moon will be like, after more than 50 years? NASA and SpaceX have just revealed stunning renderings of what appears to be the final version of the Starship HLS. The Artemis mission lander. You will be amazed by the details of this historic project. Starship will be used to take astronauts to the lunar surface, marking humanity's return to the moon, where we haven't set foot since 1972. This message was shared by SpaceX along with stunning images of the Starship HLS on its social media account on X.com. NASA also teased information about the Artemis mission, revealing concept art of the lunar landing process. In its post, the agency highlighted, "How will we get astronauts from lunar orbit to the surface and back? We are working with industry partners to develop these human landing systems. Check out this new concept art showing NASA's space agency docking with SpaceX's Starship and landing on the moon." The new images of the HLS Starship, revealed by SpaceX and NASA, were presented at the beginning of the live broadcast of the 6th test flight of the Starship. This strategic choice captured the public's attention, further increasing the excitement around the Artemis mission and reinforcing the historic impact it promises to have. The renderings provide a detailed look at the planned steps and operations for SpaceX's Starship HLS during the Artemis 3 mission, currently scheduled to take place in 2026. Every detail of the images highlights the high level of planning and technological innovation involved in this ambitious project. According to the mission plan, a modified version of the Starship will be sent into lunar orbit, where it will dock with NASA's Orion spacecraft. This process will be fundamental to the success of the mission, as it will allow the transfer of astronauts from the giant capsule to the HLS vehicle, or human landing system. After the transfer, HLS will be responsible for gently descending to the lunar surface, marking the moment when humans will set foot on the moon again after more than 5 decades. The images reveal the HLS Starship, designed exclusively for NASA's Artemis program, showcasing a sophisticated white exterior that contrasts with the shiny stainless characteristic of the standard Starship. This design change reflects the adaptations needed to meet the specific requirements of a lunar mission. The illustrations clearly highlight the crucial docking process between the HLS and the giant spacecraft in lunar orbit, an essential step that marks the beginning of the astronauts' final journey to the surface of our natural satellite. One of the most curious points in the images is the process of refueling in orbit, where 2 starships appear coupled belly down, allowing the transfer of fuel from one spacecraft to another. This technical operation is vital, as HLS will need a significant amount of fuel not only to escape Earth's gravity, but also to transport heavy equipment and ensure a controlled and safe landing on the moon. This innovative resupply strategy demonstrates SpaceX's visionary approach, integrating efficiency and functionality into every stage of the mission. Every detail of the design and operations reinforces the ambition to transform HLS into an indispensable tool for the next era of lunar exploration. SpaceX has not yet tested this fuel transfer in orbit, but that test will certainly happen next year. The HLS design also includes a significantly larger number of windows, compared to the standard Starship's 4, providing better visibility for the crew during descent and operations on the lunar surface. Additionally, it creates a more open environment, which can help reduce psychological stress during prolonged periods of confined space. Another thing we can notice is the absence of aerodynamic control flaps and heat shield, essential elements in the standard Starship, but unnecessary in an atmosphereless environment on the moon. This structural simplification reflects the optimized design for the specific conditions of the lunar mission, where heat resistance during entry and aerodynamic control are simply not needed. Elon Musk, in a recent post, highlighted these changes, explaining that the special version of Starship was adapted exclusively to operate in space and on the surface of the moon. The vehicle replaces the heat shield and flaps with robust landing legs, essential to ensure a safe and stable landing on irregular lunar terrain. This unique configuration restricts its operation to the path between lunar orbit and the surface, maximizing efficiency and reducing unnecessary weight. This approach not only simplifies design, but also optimizes the performance of the HLS and Starship for Artemis missions. If the need to withstand entry into Earth's atmosphere arises, the vehicle can prioritize other crucial functionalities, such as load capacity, life support system and crew comfort. This type of custom adaptation demonstrates SpaceX's flexibility and vision to create innovative solutions to the challenges of space exploration. The version that will one day land on Mars will be more similar to what we see in tests here on Earth. The HLS is also equipped with strategically positioned boosters to ensure precise control during lunar landings. High-powered lighting systems were also installed to aid operations in low-light conditions on the Moon, where deep shadows and contrasts can pose problems. One of the highlights of the renderings is the image of two astronauts in Axiom Space's next-generation suits. Although SpaceX has an EVA suit that was used on the Polaris Doll mission, the suit that will be used on the Artemis mission will be the one from Axiom Space. The astronaut is shown using an elevator to descend to the lunar surface. This elevator was designed specifically for the HLS, and ensures that the crew can safely move from the spacecraft to the lunar surface, representing a significant improvement over the manual ladders used on the Apollo missions. Tests conducted by renowned astronauts such as Peg Weed, Axiom Space Probe and NASA's were an important milestone in the development of the HLS Starship. These tests, conducted on a mock-up of the module at SpaceX headquarters in California, confirmed the effectiveness of essential components for the mission. Among them, the decompression compartment stands out, designed to accommodate astronauts in full suits with comfort and safety. The internal layout has been carefully optimized to facilitate extravehicular activities, while the elevator that will be used to descend to the lunar surface demonstrated stable operation even with the full weight of the suits. One of the most impressive images shows the Starship using two of its Webb turret engines in a high-making maneuver as it approaches the Moon. This flexibility enhances the engines and enhances the spacecraft's ability to adapt to extreme lunar conditions, where the absence of atmosphere and reduced gravity pose a unique challenge. Production of the SpaceX's Star Factory, where technological innovations continue to shape the lunar lander. There are speculations about modern and functional interiors, designed to maximize crew efficiency and comfort on long missions. In addition to the HLS, the Starship has been chosen as the vehicle that will transport the Artemis rover lunar, further strengthening its importance in Artemis missions. The company Lunar Outpost, responsible for the development of the rover, chose SpaceX as a partner due to its technological leadership, agility, and reliability. The rover, part of a NASA contract, will be an essential part of future lunar exploration missions. These developments represent not only technological advances, but also a commitment from SpaceX and NASA to lead space exploration. Every step taken brings humanity closer to a historic return to the Moon, marking a new era in the conquest of space. And that's about it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and that's all for today's update. If you enjoyed watching and found it useful, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. And if you want to support our channel and if you want to be up to date, you can become an exclusive member, so click on our perks through the link in the description below. Thanks to watching and see you next time.